students, let me welcome you all to my 7th video on the chapter hydrocarbons in first PUC syllabus. In the previous video, we discussed chemical properties of alkenes. In the today's video, we are going to start one more type of hydrocarbons, and that too aliphatic hydrocarbons. That will be alkynes. One more class of hydrocarbons, and that too aliphatic hydrocarbons. That is, they are characterized by open chain of carbon atoms. Aliphatic hydrocarbons means the hydrocarbons containing open chain of carbon atoms. They are called as aliphatic hydrocarbons. Alkynes are aliphatic hydrocarbons containing one carbon to carbon triple bond. Aliphatic hydrocarbons containing one carbon to carbon triple bond per molecule. One carbon to carbon triple bond per molecule. They are called as alkynes. Naturally, alkynes will form a homologous series with the general formula CnH2n-2. This is the general formula of alkynes, CnH2n-2. So just observe the general formula of alkanes. This is alkanes. This will be alkenes, CnH2n. This will be, yes, it is alkynes. If I move from alkanes to alkenes, look at the number of hydrogen atoms decreased by 2. Number of hydrogen atoms will be decreased by 2. If I move from alkenes to alkynes, number of hydrogen atoms further decrease. Number of hydrogen atoms will be further decreased by 2. Look at this. N plus 2 becomes 2n. 2 hydrogen atoms decreased. 2n becomes 2n minus 2. That is, 2 more hydrogen atoms decrease. Because of that, that if I go on decreasing the number of hydrogen atoms in a molecule of hydrocarbon, that carbon to carbon single bond is converted to double bond. Carbon to carbon single bond is converted to double bond by decreasing 2 hydrogen atoms. Carbon to carbon double bond will be converted to carbon triple bond by decreasing 2 more hydrogen atoms. So this is the observation that you can have. That is, if I take, yes, it is CH3 single bond, this is ethane, decrease number of hydrogen atoms, CH2 double bond, CH2, C2H6 becomes C2H4. Single bond is converted to double bond. Then CH triple bond, CH. Look at this. This is C2H6. This is C2H4. This is C2H2. Number of hydrogen atoms decreased. For every decrease in 2 hydrogen atoms, one bond is going to be increased. Notice, single bond, carbon to carbon single bond is converted to double bond. You decrease the 2 more hydrogen atoms, double bond is converted to triple bond. This is the observation that you can have as far as alkynes are concerned. I said alkynes are aliphatic hydrocarbons containing one carbon to carbon triple bond per molecule. They are called as alkynes. They form a homologous series with the general formula CnH2n-2. And the first member of, yes, it is alkynes you can get by substituting n is equal to 2 there. The first member of alkynes contain 2 carbon atoms. And here, under this particular headline, we'll see now nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. Nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. That is the first discussion as per your NCERT textbook, right? Now, if I keep n is equal to 2 there, n is equal to 2, yes, you are going to get first member with the formula, yes, it is C2H2. This is the formula of first member of alkynes. And its formula, structural formula is CH triple bond CH. You know that alkynes are characterized by carbon to carbon triple bond. Yes. If I keep n is equal to 2, in the general formula CnH2n-2. This general formula, you keep n is equal to 2 here. Then C2H4 minus 2 ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Therefore it is C2H2. And its IUPAC name is ethine. This is IUPAC name of this particular compound because eth because of two carbon atoms, ine because of triple bond S, and that is ethine S. And in common system, this is named as acetylene. This is the name of this particular compound in common system, acetylene. Yes. And of course, if I keep n is equal to 3 here, it will be C3H4. n is equal to 3 haki C3H4 agata. Yes. And look at these 3 carbon atoms we have. Yes. But the first 3 carbon atoms, 3 carbon atoms we have. Oh, the being alkyne, it must have one triple bond barbary. Yes. Now you fix the hydrogen atoms. How many hydrogens I can fix? Only one, because already 3 valencies are satisfied. This has got already 4 valencies satisfied. No hydrogen atoms will be attached to this. This carbon atom has got 1 valency. Remaining 3 will be hydrogen. Yes, this is the formula, structural formula of this particular compound, and its IUPAC name is propyne. Its IUPAC is propyne. Prop because of 3 carbon atoms, ine because of carbon to carbon triple bond. Yes, this is propyne, or you can say in common system it is methyl acetylene anta kariteve. In common system it is methyl acetylene, because in common system alkynes are named as derivatives of acetylene. ಇದು acetylene ಆದರೆ C triple bond C ಇದೆಲ್ಲ acetylene ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು C triple bond C acetylene. One hydrogen is replaced by methyl group, therefore it is methyl acetylene. This is the common name of this particular compound. In IUPAC system it is propyne. If n is equal to 4 there, this is C4, yes it is at 6, n is equal to 4 haki, 8 minus 2, 6 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And of course structure ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 4 carbon atoms ಇದೆ. First ಬರ್ಬಿಡಿ, you write 4 carbon atoms, right? You fix the triple bond anywhere, you write the triple bond here. Okay na? Because alkynes will contain at least one carbon to carbon triple bond. Fix the hydrogen atoms, 1 for this because carbon valency 3 satisfied agide. Remaining is satisfied by 1 hydrogen. This carbon, all the 4 valencies are satisfied. For this carbon, 2 valencies are satisfied. Remaining 2 by hydrogen. For this carbon, 1 valency is satisfied. Remaining will be by 3. This is what we call it as. One more there. And of course, its IUPAC name is but, because we have 4 carbon atoms. First, second, third, fourth. In the first position of triple bond. Therefore, it is but1-ine. Its name is but1-ine. Triple bond is at the first carbon atom. Therefore, it is but1-ine. Yes. I can write one more structure for this, for the same molecular formula C4H6. Look at this 4 carbon atoms we have. Yes. You just shift the triple bond from here to here. Then, if I shift triple bond here, this is the structure. Here, 1 valency is satisfied. Remaining 3 by hydrogen. Here, all the 4 valencies are satisfied. Here also all the 4 valencies are satisfied. For this carbon, 1 valency is satisfied. Remaining 3 by hydrogen. And it will be, yes it is but2-ine is the, yes it is IUPAC name of this particular compound. Yes, as far as common system is concerned, common system ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು acetylene ಅಲ್ವಾ, remaining is ethyl. Therefore it is in common system it is ethyl acetylene. Okay na? ಈ acetylene group ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಉಳಿಯೋದೇನು ethyl acetylene. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು acetylene group ತಾನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು methyl group ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು methyl group ಇದೆ. Therefore it is dimethyl acetylene. Dimethyl acetylene. That is, as I said, in common system, alkynes are named as derivatives of acetylene. ಹೌದಾ? That is, this is acetylene ಆದ್ರೆ carbon to carbon triple bond ಇದ್ರೆ acetylene ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು methyl group ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ methyl acetylene. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ethyl group ಇದೆ, CH3 CH2 is what ethyl group. Therefore it is ethyl acetylene. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು CH3 group ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು CH3 group ಇದೆ. Therefore it is dimethyl acetylene. And of course, here in this case, both are having same formula. Both are having same molecular formula. Structures are different. Here triple bond is at the first position. Here triple bond is at the second position. Therefore, these two will form position isomerism. These two will form position isomerism. This is position isomerism in these two cases. As far as the structural isomerism in alkynes is concerned, they are characterized by position isomerism and yes it is chain isomerism. Position isomerism and chain isomerism. These are the two isomerisms found in the case of alkynes. position isomerism and chain isomerism are examples for structural isomerism. Howda? What kind of structural isomerism found in alkynes anta kelidre? It will be position isomerism and chain isomerism. As far as butane is concerned, one butane and two butane, they form position isomerism because they are having same molecular formula. Position of the triple bond is different. Here at the first position, here at the second position. Therefore, these two are position isomers. No isomerism in the case of ethine and propane. Ethine ಮತ್ತು propane ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ isomerism ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, right? No structural isomerism in the case of ethine and yes, it is propane. Structural isomerism is observed in the case of yes, it is the alkynes with minimum 4 carbon atoms. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು structural isomerism ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದದು? That is position isomerism. Apart from that, I can also write different isomers for acetylene, alkyne with 5 carbon atoms. I can write different structural isomers for alkyne with 5 carbon atoms. That is, if I say n is equal to 5, it will be C5, yes it is H10. Noting, n is equal to 5 ಹಾಕಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 10 minus 2 ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 8 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Therefore it is C5H8. Okay na? This is what we call alkyne with 5 carbon atoms. This is what we call it as alkyne with 5 carbon atoms. Now let me write the different possible structures for this. Okay na? That is first of all, we have yes it is 5 carbon atoms, right? 5 carbon atoms there. You fix the triple bond because it is alkyne. It must contain one triple bond. One triple bond hakbidi. Okay na? Now you decide the number of hydrogen atoms. One for this, no hydrogen atoms. Here it will be 2. Here it will be 2. Here it will be 3. Howda? So that carbon valency will be maintained as 4. Howda? You need to maintain carbon valency as 4. Hagagi different carbon atoms are attached with different number of hydrogen atoms. Howda? This is what we call one particular structure for the molecular formula C5H8. Noting 5 carbon atoms there. Yes, it is 8 hydrogen atoms there. And of course, its IUPAC name is yes, it is pent. Its IUPAC name is pent 1-ine. Yakandre here it is the first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. Now that 5 carbon atoms are there and triple bond is there at the first position. Now this is what we call pent 1-ine. Now ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, if I yes it is write the one more structural isomer for this just by changing position of triple bond position change ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Yes, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ CS3 ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ 4 ವೇಲೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. therefore it is CS2. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 2 ವೇಲೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 2 by ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 3 by yes it is hydrogens. Yes, and of course its IUPAC name 1 2 3 4 5. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ, it will be pent. Yes, it is 2-ine. This is here at the triple bond is at the first position, here triple bond is at the second position, and therefore these two will form yes, really position isomerism. Howda? Because both are having same molecular formula, but they differ in position of the triple bond. They differ in position of the triple bond. That is the position isomerism. And of course, in both the cases you can find 5 carbon atoms in parent chain. ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ 5 ಇದೆ parent chain ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ I will write the one structure corresponding to the 4 carbon atoms in parent chain. Look at this. If I write 4 carbon atoms in parent chain and one side chain is there, one branching is there. ಹೌದಾ? ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, can I have a triple bond here? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ನೆವರ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? If I write triple bond here, carbon valency becomes 5. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1, 5 valency ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ I can't fix triple bond here. Yes, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೋದಾ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್? ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ 5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 3 + 2 5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೋದಾಗರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ 4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು 3 ಇದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಬೈ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಎಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ 3 ವೇಲೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಎಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 3 by ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 3 by ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. This is what we call it as isomer of this particular formula C5H8, and its IUPAC name ನೋಡಿ This is number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 4 carbon atoms in parent chain. Least possible number should be given to the carbon atom of triple bond. One substituent is there, that is methyl substituent. At third position, that is 3-methyl prefix. That indicates the substituent 3-methyl but. Because 4 carbon atoms, yes, and of course 1 ion. So this is 3-methyl but, 1 ion is what we call it as IUPAC name of this particular compound, yes. And of course, if you observe these two compounds, if I say structure 1, this is structure 2, this is structure 3 and the wonder, all the 3 structures are isomers. 1 and 2 are position isomers, 2 and 3 are chain isomers. Yes, it is. 2 and 3 are chain isomers. Okay? These two compounds have got same molecular formula, C5H8. ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ verify ಮಾಡಿ number of carbon atoms with the number of hydrogen atoms same ಇದೆ. But in difference ಇದೆ. Here we have in the first compound we have 5 carbon atoms in parent chain and 4 carbon atoms in parent chain. Therefore, they differ in number of carbon atoms in parent chain. ಈ ಎರಡು compounds ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ number of carbon atoms in parent chain ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. This contains 5 carbon atoms in parent chain. This contains 4 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ they differ in number of carbon atoms in parent chain. Therefore, they form chain isomerism. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ structure 2 and structure 3 will form, yes, it is chain isomerism, yes. And not only that, even structure 1 and 3, structure 1 and 3, they also form chain isomerism. Structure 1 alli 5 carbon atoms in parent chain, structure 3 alli 4 carbon atoms in parent chain, therefore they form chain isomerism. Structure 1 and structure 2 there. Structure 1 and structure 2 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Structure 1 and structure 2. ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ number of carbon atoms in parent chain will be same. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ structure 1 and structure 2 they have got same number of carbon atoms in parent chain, but position of triple bond ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. Here we have triple bond at the first position. Here we have triple bond at the second position. Therefore, they form, yes, it is position isomerism. They form position isomerism. This is what we call it as, yes, it is nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. And as far as your NCERT textbook is concerned, yes, you are supposed to write structural isomers of alkyne with molecular formula. Yes, it is C6H10. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ write the structures of different isomers of fifth member of, yes, it is fifth member of alkynes ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Write the structures of different isomers of, yes, it is fifth member of alkynes. First member again ಇದೆ n is equal to 2 ಇದೆ. First member will have n is equal to 2. Second member will have n is equal to 3. Third member will have n is equal to 4. Fourth member will have n is equal to 5. Fifth member will have n is equal to 6. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ n is equal to 6 for, yes, it is fifth member. Yes. If I keep n is equal to 6, look at this. n is equal to 6 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ it will be C6H10, right? Keep n is equal to 6 here. C6H10 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Yes, it is 6 carbon atoms, right? 6 carbon atoms in parent chain, right? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? 6 carbon atoms ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಅಲ್ಕೈನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಡಿ. Yes. You can write triple bond anywhere, yes? And look at this. If I write triple bond here, I can fix only one hydrogen for this, no hydrogen for this. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ಗೆ 2 valencies already satisfy ಆಗಿದೆ. Therefore, remaining 2 by hydrogen, here remaining 2 by hydrogen, here remaining 2 by hydrogen, here remaining 3 by hydrogen. This is what we call one structure, and its IUPAC name is, yes, it is hex-1-ine ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? 6 carbon atoms in parent chain. Triple bond is at the, yes, it is triple bond ilide, that is there at the first position, yes. Then look at this, I change the position of triple bond now. First position in the second position in ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀನಿ triple bond ಅನ್ನ, yes. First position in the second position in ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ರೆ this is 3 here, and of course this is 2 hydrogens, this is 2 hydrogen, it will be 3 hydrogen, yes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course it will be hex-2-ine. This is what we call, these two are position isomers. Your triple bond is at the first position, your triple bond is there at the second position. Now ಮತ್ತೆ triple bond shift ಮಾಡಿ third position ಗೆ shift ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, yes. you can shift the triple bond to the third position. Yes. Now, nodi, second is the third position. Here it is CS3. Here it is CS2. No hydrogens, no hydrogen. Here it is CS2. Here it is CS3. Yes. And of course, IUPACN. Yes, it is 5, 6, X3 ion. Yes. Because triple bond is that this third position. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಹೌದಾ. ಈಗ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ X2 ಅಯನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ X1 ಅಯನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ these are the 3 position isomers possible for this particular compound. ನೋಡಿ, all the 3 are having same molecular formula. They differ in position of triple bond. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ all the 3 are position isomers. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಿವು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಡಿಫರ್ ಇನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಎಸ್, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫರ್ ಇನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ ಚೈನ್. ಹೌದಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಐ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್, ಇಲ್ಲಂತೂ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಎಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ CH, ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ CH2, ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ CS3 ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ CS3. ಹೌದಾ, ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 1, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 2, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 3, 4, 5 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ ಚೈನ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ 1 and ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ 4 ದೇ ಆರ್ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, 5 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ ಚೈನ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, therefore it is 3-methyl pent because 5 carbons in 1. Yes, it is parent chain. 5 carbons in parent chain ಇದರಿಂದ pent 1 ion. Yes, ನೀವು ಈಗ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಹಾಕಬಹುದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್. ಎಸ್, ವಿತ್ 5 carbons in parent chain. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಗೆ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ CS3 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. then it is CH, it will be CH2, it will be H, it will be CS3 and of course it will be ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 4-methyl pent and of course 1 ion, 4-methyl pent ion. Yes, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5. ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, 4-methyl pent 1 ion. ನೋಡಿ, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 1, 2, 3, 4. ಹೌದಾ, 4-methyl pent ಯಾಕೆ, 5 carbons in parent chain. Yes, ಓಕೆನಾ, this is what we call, yes it is one more isomer for this particular. Yes, it is structure. ಹೌದಾ, ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ CS3 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. if I shift this CS3 group here, you are going to get first compound. ಹೌದಾ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ so these are the, yes it is possible chain isomers for the first compound. I can write the chain isomers for the second compound also. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಬರಿಬಹುದು, ಈಗ ನಾನು chain isomers ಅನ್ನು ಬರಿಬಹುದು. we'll see that. Yes, the possible chain isomers for the second compound. Yes, where triple bond is there at the, yes it is second position. ಈ second compound ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, yes, triple bond is there at the, yes it is second position. ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು I can write CS3 here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, 6 carbons in parent chain, triple bond is there at the second position. 5 carbons in parent chain, triple bond is there at the second position. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ಈ CS ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಂತೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ 5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ if I connect here, ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ 5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ this will be CH3. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿಲ್ಲ, here it is CH, it will be CS3, right? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? That is, in order to satisfy the carbon valency as 4, you have to fix the number of hydrogen atoms. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, 4-methyl. ಹೌದಾ, and of course pent, 5 carbons in parent chain. Not 1 ion, it is 2 ion. Yes, because triple bond is there at the second position. Triple bond is there at the second position. ಹೌದಾ, this is 4-methyl pent 2 ion. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೆದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇದಕ್ಕಂತೂ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಚೈನ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ನೀವು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ CS3 group has to be connected here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿಸ್, ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಒನ್ ಮಿಥಾಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಿಥಾಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಎಸ್, ಬೈ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೋಡಿ. ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ branching. Yes, ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ two branches we have, and here it is H, no hydrogens here, no hydrogens here. Here it is S3, here it is S3, here it is S3, right? ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ? It is once again C6H10, ಹೌದಾ? Once again C6H10, same molecular formula, and of course two branches here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 3, 3 dimethyl. Yes, third position ಎರಡು methyl groups ಇದೆ. And 4 carbons in parent chain, but one ion, because triple bond is at the first position. Third position ಎರಡು methyl groups ಇದೆ, first position triple bond ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 3 dimethyl but one ion. Okay na? Triple bond is at the first position. This is the IUPAC name, and of course these two are what? Chain isomers. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ different structures for the formula C6H10 will have position isomerism and yes, it is chain isomerism. These are the two possible isomerisms possible for the, yes, it is alkynes as far as structural isomerism is concerned. Okay na? So this is what we call it as nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. Aggodalla? Nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. Avudalva? Now at this moment, as far as your NCERT textbook is concerned, you are supposed to study the structure of triple bond. Yes, one of the properties of alkynes, that is, they are characterized by carbon to carbon triple bond, and you are supposed to study how the triple bond is formed. And as far as alkynes are concerned, that is the discussion. The next topic is structure of carbon to carbon triple bond. Yes, next discussion, that is structure of carbon to carbon triple bond. In the case of alkynes, I am going to explain the structure of carbon to carbon triple bond by taking acetylene as an example, that is ethane as an example, where two carbon atoms are linked through carbon to carbon triple bond, and of course each carbon atom is attached by one hydrogen. This is ethane, or you can say acetylene. I am going to discuss the structure of carbon to carbon triple bond by taking ethane as an example, as we did in the case of ethene. In the case of yes, it is alkynes, the triple bonded carbon atoms are sp hybridized. In the case of, yes, it is alkynes, triple bonded carbon atoms are sp hybridization. That is, the carbon atom of the triple bond are involved in sp hybridization. You know, in sp hybridization, there is a mixing of one s atomic orbital and one p atomic orbital. Mixing of two atomic orbitals leads to two hybrid orbitals. And you know, carbon atom is, yes, it is characterized by, yes, it is electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, right? In the valence shell we have 4 electrons, 2s, 2p, that is valence shell. Second main shell that contains 4 electrons. This is electronic configuration in ground state, low energy state. The carbon atom not involved in bonding. Yes, if during the formation of acetylene, the carbon atoms react with hydrogen, right? There is a reaction between carbon and hydrogen. Once the reaction starts, you know that energy of carbon atoms will be increased. That is, carbon atom gets excited. That is the excited state of carbon atom, right? In excited state now, one of the electrons from 2s is shifted to 2p. One of the electrons from 2s is shifted to 2p by absorbing energy in the excited state, high energy state. Then configuration becomes 2s1, 2p3. This is electronic configuration of carbon atom in excited state, high energy state. That carbon gets high energy state when it combines with hydrogen. Yes. And as far as 2s is concerned, in the box representation, 2s is characterized by 1 orbital, 2p is characterized by 3 orbitals. You know that. 2p is characterized by 3 orbitals. The excited state, now there is 1 electron in 2s, this is unpaired electron. 3 electrons in 2p, each orbital is occupied by 1 electron, that is 3 electrons in 2p. All the 4 electrons are unpaired. Look at this, this is unpaired electron, okay na? And of course, if there are 2 electrons with opposite spin, this is paired electron. Paired electrons are itara baritivi, unpaired electrons are itara baritivi. You know, this represents, that is spin motion, that is clockwise direction. Electron with, yes, it is, that is clockwise spin, right? If I say this is what we call anti-clockwise spin, because electron is characterized by 2 motions, spin motion or the orbital motion. This is spinning motion. This is spinning of electron in clockwise direction. This is spinning of electron in anti-clockwise direction. Whenever there is a paired electron, you know, 2 electrons will have opposite spins. This is paired electron. This is a representation of paired electrons. That's ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, because you studied that in atomic structure chapter. Yes, I said, you know, a carbon atom of the triple bond is sp hybridized. There is a mixing of 1 s orbital and 1 p orbitals. There is a mixing of 1 s orbital and 1 p orbital, that leads to 2 sp hybrid orbitals. Mixing of 1 s atomic orbital and 1 p orbital leads to 2 sp hybrid orbitals, and each sp orbital is characterized by 1 electron. That is why that sp hybrid orbitals are called as half-filled sp hybrid orbitals. You will find one sp orbital with 1 electron, another sp orbital with 1 electron. This is what we call it as sp of one sp hybrid orbital. This is also one more sp hybrid orbital. Each contain 1 electron, half-filled sp hybrid orbital, right? Look at this, you know, out of 3 p orbital, 1 p orbital is involved in hybridization. Remaining 2, that is py and pz atomic orbitals, they are not involved in hybridization. I call them as unhybridized p orbitals. These 2 orbitals are unhybridized p orbital. One is py. I represent py like this. This is py with 1 electron. This is py, right? You know, p orbitals are characterized by, yes, it is dumbbell shape. Another is pz orbital, that is perpendicular to all the orbits, okay na? That is perpendicular to all the orbitals, right? This is what we call it as pz atomic orbital. This is perpendicular to the all the orbitals here, perpendicular to the py orbital and perpendicular to the sp hybrid orbital. This is a status of, yes, it is the sp hybridized carbon atom in ethyne, and pz also contains 1 electron. Look at the electrons there. Yes, pz is half filled, py is half filled, sp hybrid orbitals are also half filled. All are half filled atomic orbitals, half filled hybrid orbitals present in carbon atom. 2 half filled pz py atomic orbital, 2 half filled sp hybrid orbital, okay na? That is carbon atom, 1 carbon atom in ethyne. And the same status you will find in the case of, yes, it is another carbon atom also. In the second carbon atom also, the same status you can find here. Here also we have, yes, it is sp hybrid orbitals, 2 sp hybrid orbitals, right? This is sp and this is sp, yes, and each contain 1 electron, yes. This sp contains 1 electron, this sp contains another electron, and we have py, that is py, that also contains 1 electron, yes. This is py, and another is pz there. This is pz, okay na? This also contains 1 electron. This is what we call it as pz there, yes. This is the status of 2 electrons in ethyne there, yes. And as far as ethyne is concerned, look at this. There are 3 bonds between 2 carbon atoms. Out of 3 bonds, 1 is sigma, remaining 2 are pi. You know that. And that carbon to carbon sigma bond is produced by end to end overlapping of half-filled sp hybrid orbitals of 2 carbon atoms. Look at this. Before overlapping, 2 electrons are having unpaired electrons. After overlapping, look at this. What happens? Once the overlapping of sp hybrid orbital takes place, electrons get paired up. Look at this. Electrons get paired up. Yes, that leads to the formation of sp-sp sigma bond. After overlapping, electrons get paired up. Yes, that leads to the formation of, yes, it is carbon to carbon sigma bond. That carbon to carbon sigma bond, that is produced by, yes, it is end to end overlapping of half-filled sp hybrid orbitals of 2 carbon atoms. This is sigma bond, right? And look at this remaining 2 sp hybrid orbitals over the carbon atom. This is sp hybrid orbital which contains one electron that overlap with 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen contains 1s atomic orbital. That 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen that contains one electron overlaps with half-filled sp hybrid orbital of carbon atom that leads to the formation of, yes, it is CH sigma bond. This is also CH sigma bond, end to end overlapping. This sp hybrid orbital of carbon overlaps with hydrogen atom of, yes, it is 1s orbital of hydrogen. This half-filled sp hybrid of carbon atom overlaps with 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen. Yes, that leads to the formation of, yes, it is CH sigma bond. Here also we have CH sigma bonds. Totally we have 2 CH sigma bonds, 1 CC sigma bond, right? Now all sigma bonds are produced by end-to-end overlapping of half-filled orbitals. Look at the py of one carbon atom, py of another carbon atom. They are parallel to each other. Yes, they undergo sidewise overlapping. Yes, above and below the plane. They undergo sidewise overlapping above and below the plane. That leads to the formation of pi bond, one pi bond. Don't think that two pi bonds are produced. No. Here we have one electron, here we have one electron. Yes, is half-filled. Py atomic orbitals of adjacent carbon atoms undergo sidewise overlapping above and below the plane. That leads to one pi bond. And apart from that, we have, yes, it is, look at the pz there. That contains one electron. The pz of this carbon atom also contains one electron. Yes. These two pz atomic orbitals are parallel to each other. They undergo sidewise overlapping above and below the plane. Yes, the half-filled pz atomic orbitals of adjacent carbon atoms undergo sidewise overlapping above and below the plane. That leads to one more pi bond. Yes, totally. As far as the carbon-to-carbon triple bond is concerned, there is a one carbon-to-carbon sigma bond produced by end-to-end overlapping of half-filled sp hybrid orbitals of adjacent carbon atoms. There are two carbon-to-carbon pi bonds. One pi bond is produced by sidewise overlapping of half-filled py atomic orbitals of adjacent carbon atoms. One more pi bond is produced by sidewise overlapping of half-filled pz atomic orbitals of adjacent carbon atoms, right? Totally, there are two pi bonds and one sigma bond as far as carbon-to-carbon triple bond is concerned. Apart from that, here it is one CH sigma bond, here is another CH sigma bond, and this is what we call it as structure of acetylene or structure of ethene, and the section that is structure of carbon-to-carbon triple bond. And of course, as I said, both the carbon atoms are sp hybridization. So this is what we call it as structure of, yes, it is acetylene there. Look at this. Therefore, I can write acetylene as carbon-to-carbon triple bond with two CH bonds, right? And of course, just observe, due to the sp hybridizing carbon atoms in, yes, it is acetylene. Acetylene is a linear molecule, that is, it is characterized by linear geometry. I said, in the case of sp hybridization, there is a linear geometry, because in the case of sp hybridizing carbon atoms, all the atoms are present in one line. Look at this, a straight line is passing through all the atoms present in a molecule of acetylene. Therefore, linear geometry is found in the case of sp hybridization. Then particularly sp3 tetrahedral geometry, sp2 triangular planar, sp linear. Now that this is linear geometry with a bond angle 180 degree there. The bond angle, catch C bond angle in acetylene, it will be 180 degree. Now then particularly sp3 109 degree 28 minutes, sp2 120 degree, sp it is 180 degree. This is what we call it as the bond angle there. And apart from that, now at this moment what I can write, there is a carbon-to-carbon triple bond in alkynes, carbon-to-carbon double bond in alkenes, carbon-to-carbon single bond in alkanes. Here carbon-to-carbon triple bond. Yes, therefore look at the bond order here. Look at the bond order. Bond order in the case of alkynes will be 3. Bond order in the case of alkenes will be 2. Bond order in the case of alkanes will be 1. Bond order is number of bonds between two atoms. Here it is 3. 3 bonds are there. 2 bonds are there between two carbon atoms. Here bond order is 1. How then? Bond order decreases, right? As bond order decreases, bond length increases. I already said, as far as bond length, yes, Bond length is the distance between two carbon atoms in a given bond. Bond length in CC bond will be 154 pm that I gave in the previous class. Bond length in carbon to carbon double bond is 134 pm that I gave in the last class. And as far as triple bond is concerned, it will be 120 pm. That is lowest bond length. As the number of bonds between two atoms increases, atoms are coming closer and closer to each other. The force of attraction increases. ಎರಡು atoms ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ number of bonds ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Atoms are coming closer and closer. ಹೌದಾ? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Distance between two nuclei decreases. Bond length decreases. ಹೌದಾ? Therefore, as bond order increases, bond length decreases. ಅಥವಾ as bond order decreases, bond length increases. Therefore, as bond length increases, energy required to break the bond decreases. Bond length ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ as far as bond order is concerned, triple bond order is greater than double bond order, that is greater than single bond order. Yes. As far as bond length is concerned, bond length is reverse. As bond order increases, bond length decreases. And of course, one more is bond energy. One more is bond energy. Bond energy is the energy required to break the bond. Yes. And in the case of as it is carbon to carbon triple bond, approximately it is as it is 825 kilojoules per mole. Approximately it will be 825 kilojoules per mole, and that is greater than yes it is around 680 kilojoules per mole. It will be around 680 kilojoules per mole. That will be greater than, it will be around 350 kilojoules per mole. This is what we call it as bond energy. 825 kilojoules of energy is required to break the bond. Bond order increase ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Bond energy ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? Bond order ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ atoms are coming closer. Atoms are coming closer and closer. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Distance between two atoms ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Distance between two atoms ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ energy required to break the bond increases. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ that is bond energy is 825 kilojoules per mole. In the case of carbon to carbon triple bond, it will be 680 kilojoules. It is less than that in the case of triple bond. Here, in the case of carbon to carbon single bond, yes it is, bond energy is 350, yes it is kilojoules per mole. Therefore, and as far as that is, ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ bond order, that is triple bond and double bond, yes it is single bond ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ this is greater than this, ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ bond length ಬಂದ್ರೆ bond length, that is bond length of yes it is triple bond is less than bond length of double bond, less than bond length of single bond. ಆಮೇಲೆ bond energy ಬಂದ್ರೆ yes it is triple bond energy is greater than double bond energy, that is greater than single bond energy. ಈ ತರ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. Yes, this is what we call the comparison of bond order, bond length and of course bond energy. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ force of attraction ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Force of attraction ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ atoms are coming closer and closer. Atoms are coming closer and closer means bond length decreases. If bond length decreases, force of attraction increases. Then energy required to break the bond increases. ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you can easily take a decision. So this is what we call it as the structure of carbon to carbon triple bond as far as ethine is concerned ಅಥವಾ alkynes is concerned. Yes. As far as carbon to carbon triple bond is concerned, I said there is a linear geometry. There is a linear geometry. Each carbon atom is sp hybridized. Whenever there is sp hybridization, linear geometry with a bond angle 180 degree alva. This is the bond angle. Yes, this is the bond angle, that is 180 degree. sp3 hybridization ಆದರೆ bond angle is yes it is 109 degree 28 minutes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. sp2 ಆದರೆ 120 degree ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. In the case of sp, it will be 180 degree. This is what we call it as bond angle. Bond angle, that is HCC bond angle. HCC bond angle is 180 degree there. As far as alkynes are concerned. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, that is depending upon the type of hybridization, electronegativity of carbon atom varies. You know that I said sp hybridized carbon atom is more electronegative than sp2 hybridized carbon atom, that is more electronegative than sp3 hybridized carbon atom. This is electronegativity order, because in the case of sp there is a 50% s character, in the case of sp2 there is a 33.3% s character, in the case of sp3 there is a 25% s character. S character andre amount of s orbital in hybrid orbital. One s one p andre 1 out of 2 andre 50% s character. One s 2 p andre 1 out of 3 andre 33.33%. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 s orbital out of 4, 1 s ಇದೆ 3 p ಇದೆ, 1 out of 4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 25%. This is s character. S character is highest in the case of sp, therefore its electronegativity is highest. S character is lowest in the case of sp3, therefore its electronegativity is lowest. Because I make use of this concept in the today's discussion, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, that I already discussed in the first chapter. And of course in order to understand that particular it is carbon to carbon triple bond, let me show you one model here. Yes, here it is one model where two atoms are linked through single bond. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬಾಂಡ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟೂ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಎಸ್, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ನೌ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಎಸ್, ಈಗ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಲ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, if I keep, yes, it is one more bond. If I form one more bond between two atoms, look at this triple bond is there between two atoms. Two carbon atoms with ಏನಿದೆ ಈಗ triple bond ಇದೆ. Just observe, if I keep triple bond, you know, all atoms are present in one line. There is a line passing through all the four atoms. Therefore, whenever there is a triple bond, there is a linear geometry. ಗಮನಿಸಿ, ಪೈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪೈ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ತಾನೆ. ಎರಡು ಪೈ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. Pi electron cloud is cylindrically distributed around sigma bond. Pi electron cloud ಅಂದ್ರೆ electrons involved in pi bonding. They are distributed in a cylindrical fashion around the sigma bond. Sigma bond ಸುತ್ತ ಈ pi electron cloud cylindrical fashion ಅಲ್ಲಿ distribute ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. This is what we call, yes, it is carbon to carbon triple bond. Yes. So with this information, we'll go to the next topic, that is preparation of, yes, it is alkynes. Preparation of alkynes. We'll see that. Preparation of alkynes. So this is what we go to as next discussion. Yes, we have two methods to be discussed. One is preparation from calcium carbide. Preparation from calcium carbide. Carbide is one of the inorganic compounds, right? That is, look at this. The carbide will have a general formula, that is Sc2 2 minus. This is formula of carbide, one of the carbides. C2 2 minus. Calcium will have a formula Ca plus 2. Crisscross madidre, its formula is CaC2. This is calcium carbide. When calcium carbide CaC2, right, undergoes hydrolysis, right? If I add water to the calcium carbide, hydrolysis of calcium carbide takes place. You are going to get C2H2, and of course along with the formation of calcium hydroxide. This is the product there. C2H2 is what? Acetylene, or you can say that is ethine. Or the acetylene is obtained when calcium carbide is mixed with water. We need two oxygen atoms, therefore it is 2H2O. Equation is balanced. That is, calcium carbide undergoes hydrolysis, leads to the formation of acetylene. As far as calcium carbide is concerned, that can be obtained by heating limestone to form, yes, it is quicklime. This is quicklime. Calcium oxide is called as quicklime. Calcium carbonate is called as limestone. ಇದನ್ನ limestone ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. CaCO3 ಅನ್ನ, CaO ಅನ್ನ quicklime ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. That is CuICK, quicklime. Yes. And this quicklime, yes, it is when this quicklime is heated with carbon, you are going to get, yes, it is calcium carbide along with the formation of carbon monoxide. 3 carbon atoms ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ yes, it is, you need 3 carbon atoms. When quicklime is heated with carbon, yes, upon heating quicklime with carbon, you are going to get calcium carbide. This calcium carbide can be used for the preparation of acetylene. So this is one method for the preparation of acetylene. Yes. How do you prepare acetylene from calcium carbide ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, calcium carbide undergoes hydrolysis to form acetylene. ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. Equation with one explanation. This is calcium carbide. You know, whenever you are writing organic equations, you must write the names of the reactants and products below their formula. That is compulsory. Yes. So this is what we call it as one method for the preparation of acids alkynes. Second method is from vicinal dihalides. Preparation from vicinal dihalides. Dihalides andre dihalides are the organic compounds containing two halogen atoms per molecule. Look at this. If I say this is CH2 CHX, here two halogen atoms are attached to the same carbon. One more CHX CH2X. This is also dihaloalkane. ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎರಡು ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎರಡು ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. This is called gem dihalide, geminal dihalide. Two halogen atoms are attached to the same carbon. This is called vicinal dihalide because two halogen atoms are attached to the adjacent carbon atoms. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು preparation of alkynes from vicinal dihalides. I'll take one of the vicinal dihalide, that is CH2. Yes, it is Br. Yes, this is CH2 and of course this is CH and of course this is Br and this is one of the vicinal dihalides. This is yes, it is dibromoethane. This is dibromoethane. Yes, it is ethane again, two carbon atoms. ಎರಡು halogen atoms ಇದೆ, dibromoethane. Carbon to carbon single bond ಇದೆ. This is an example for vicinal dihalides where two halogen atoms are attached to the adjacent carbon atoms. This is vicinal type, this is geminal type. Geminal ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Yes, if ಎರಡು halogen atoms ಒಂದೇ carbon ಗೆ connect ಆದರೆ geminal type. If two halogen atoms are attached to the adjacent carbon atoms, adjacent ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ carbon atoms ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆನಾ? If two halogen atoms are attached to the adjacent carbon atoms, it is called as vicinal dihalide. Look at this. The reaction is dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation ಅಂದ್ರೆ removal of acids hydrogen halide. D ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ removal ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. The term De represents removal. Dehydrohalogenation, removal of HX, maybe HCl, maybe HBr, maybe HI, removal of any one of these hydrogen halides by using suitable reagent. That is what we call dehydrohalogenation. Here, in the dehydrohalogenation of dibromoethane, first of all, we heat, yes, it is this particular dibromoethane using alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Then the reagent used to bring about dehydrohalogenation. ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ನೀವು dehydrohalogenation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ alcoholic potassium hydroxide ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ potassium hydroxide dissolved in ethyl alcohol ಅಂತ. This is alcoholic potassium hydroxide. This is a reagent used to bring about dehydrohalogenation. Look at this. Here Br is removed in the form of Br minus, hydrogen is removed in the form of H plus from adjacent carbon atoms. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ Br minus ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ತನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, Br minus ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, Br minus H plus and of course elimination of HBr. That is removal of HBr, dehydrohalogenation. ಹೌದಾ? ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ H ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I am removing H without bond. Br ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I am removing Br with bond. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ with bond ಇದ್ರೆ it is going out in the form of Br minus. Without bond ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is going out in the form of H plus. H plus combines with Br minus. HBr is removed. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ is converted to double bond. Look at this. This is double bond. Yes, this is Br. Now this is C. This is H. This will be the product. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ H plus ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ Br minus ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Single bond ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Single bond becomes double bond and of course the resulting compound is bromoethene. The resulting compound is bromoethene. ನೋಡಿ, bromoethene. Bromo, eth because of two carbon, ene because of double bond. Yes, this is bromoethene. Now, still we have one bromine atom and one hydrogen atoms. They can be removed. And remember here, for removal of Br minus attached to the saturated carbon, ಅಂದ್ರೆ single bonded carbon, I used alcoholic KOH. For removal of Br minus and H plus, where Br is attached to the saturated carbon, ಅಂದ್ರೆ single bonded carbon atoms single bonds ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, Br minus is attached to the double bonded carbon atom. This bond is stronger than that in the case of C to Br here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ bromine atom double bonded carbon ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ bromine atom single bonded carbon connect agide. Hagagi removal of Br minus here in the case of acetic bromine where it is attached to the saturated carbon, that is alcoholic KOH is used for this. But here by using alcoholic KOH I cannot bring about removal of Br minus attached to the double bonded carbon atom. And for that purpose, I go for one more strong dehydrohalogenating agent that is called as sodamide. I use one more dehydrohalogenating agent, that is sodamide. Its formula is NaNH2 there. This is sodamide. This is strong dehydrohalogenating agent compared to alcoholic KOH. This can remove Br minus attached to the acetic double bonded carbon atom. This bond is strong compared to that this bond. Yes, hagagi to remove this hydrogen bromide from the double bonded carbon atoms, you need one more dehydrohalogenating agent that is stronger than alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Hagagi nodi illi sodamide balasbeku. Illinda H plus tegiri, illinda Br minus tegiri. Ee bond ekade shift adre uliyadenu CH triple bond CH. This is what we call it as ethine. Nodi double bond is converted to ethine, triple bond with the elimination of HBr. Totally 2 HBr molecules are eliminated. Howda? One HBr eliminate madadaga single bond is converted to double bond. One more HBr is eliminated, double bond is converted to triple bond. Yes, this is what we call elimination. Nenpidgoli, single bond is converted to double bond is converted to triple bond. This is elimination. Reverse adra triple bond is converted to double bond is converted to single bond. Adenadu addition reaction. Andre elimination is reverse of addition reaction. Addition reactions alli triple bond double bond agutte, double bond triple single bond agutte. Hauda? Additionally triple bond double bond agutte, double bond single bond agutte. Elimination alli single bond is converted to double bond is converted to triple bond. This is what we call elimination. And here I used two dehydrohalogenating agents. One it will be, yes, it is alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Another is sodamide. Yes, two dehydrohalogenating agents I used. Sodamide is strong dehydrohalogenating agent compared to alcoholic KOH because alcoholic KOH cannot bring about elimination of Br minus attached to the double bonded carbon atom. But here sodamide can bring about elimination of acetic Br minus and H plus attached to the double bonded carbon atoms. Hagagi sodamide is better than acetic alcoholic KOH. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ alcoholic KOH ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಡಾಮೈಡ್ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು. So this is what we call conversion of acetic vicinal dihalides, dihaloalkane it is, ಹೌದಾ, into acetylene ಅಥವಾ alkyne. So that is what we call it as the preparation of acetic alkynes by two methods. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ? Now let us see that physical properties. Yes. And as far as physical properties are concerned, right? First three members, yes, it is C2 to, yes, it is C5, C2, C3, C4. That is from C2 to C4, first three members of alkynes or gases, as in the case of alkanes. Next 8 members, that is from C5 to, yes, it is C12. Next 8 members, C2 to C3, C2, C3, C4. Alkyne with 3 carbon atoms, 2 carbon atoms and 4 carbon atoms. They are gases. Alkynes from 5 to 12 carbon atoms, they are liquids. Okay, na? And then from C13 onwards, they are solids. First 3 members are gases. Next 8 members are, yes, it is liquids. And still higher members are solids. And as far as same observation we made in the case of alkanes and alkenes also. Ide tara alkenes allu nodidvi, alkenes allu nodidvi, hauda? Hige alkynes allu kuda ade tara observation. First 3 members are gases, next 8 members are liquids, and higher members are solids. Apart from that, as the molecular mass increases, melting and boiling points increases. Same thing that we observed in the case of alkanes and alkenes also. As the number of carbon atoms increases, molecular mass increases. Therefore, van der Waals force of attraction increases, and because of that, boiling and melting and boiling points also increase. And that is one more observation. And of course, generally, alkynes are insoluble in water. They are insoluble in water because Alkynes are non-polar, or you can say weakly polar. That is the CH bond in alkynes. This CH bond in alkynes, the CH bond in alkynes is weakly polar. The polarity over CH bond is very, very less, almost non-polar. Therefore, you know that non-polar molecules are insoluble in polar solvents like water. Water is a polar solvent. Water is characterized by, yes, it is electric dipoles. Actually, oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. Hagagi, electron density is more on the oxygen, less on the hydrogen. Therefore, oxygen gets negative character, hydrogen gets positive character. Therefore, there is a polarity. Water is a polar molecule. Therefore, alkynes are insoluble in water because alkynes are weakly polar. Their polarity is very, very less. Athava, they are almost non-polar. Therefore, non-polar molecules are insoluble in polar solvent. But alkynes are soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene and carbon tetrachloride. Yes, they are soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene, carbon tetrachloride and ether. So this is what we call it as, yes, it is the physical properties there. They are insoluble in water, but they are soluble in non-polar solvents like, yes, it is benzene, carbon tetrachloride and of course ether. Okay, now this is what we call it as physical properties. Okay, now. So this is what we call physical properties of alkynes. So with that, remaining things we'll see next class, right? So far we discussed what we call it as nomenclature and isomerism in alkynes. That is structure of carbon to carbon triple bond, and of course we discussed the preparation of alkynes also. Apart from that, we discussed physical properties of alkynes. In the next video, we'll see chemical properties of alkynes, right? We'll see in the next video, right? Thank you.